Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm doing great. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Seattle. So let's get started. So I'll tell you a little bit about me first. My name is Rachel and I'm a food allergy coach. And I've had food allergies my whole life. Ever since I was little, I can remember having food allergies. My mom always thought I had a wheat allergy growing up, but when I was 19, I got tested for real, and it turned out I had egg and dairy allergies. And ever since then, I've had to kind of struggle with figuring out, okay, what can I eat? What can I eat? How do I eat out at restaurants? How do I communicate to other people that I have food allergies? And it's definitely been really hard. And I kind of, as a food allergy coach, I really want to help guide people through the same things, but in a shorter amount of time. So they don't have to get sick like I did. Because I got sick a lot from eating out at restaurants just because I didn't know that, for example, egg could be hiding in salad dressings. I didn't know that. So that's one thing that I love to do as a food allergy coach is to just help guide people through the same things that I went through, but in a shorter amount of time. So today we're going to go over the 4 things I wish I had done when I first had food allergies. And this is kind of to help those that are newly diagnosed get to learn, okay, this will help me make my life a little bit easier right now. So the first thing that I wish I had done was I wish I had found a support group because I was the only person that I knew that had food allergies other than a friend from high school who had celiac disease. And while we weren't the best of friends, we kind of bonded over it a little bit. But no one else I knew had food allergies. So I felt really alone. I had a really hard time explaining to other people exactly what I was going through. I mean, even my family had a really hard time understanding exactly what I was doing, what I was going through. So I suggest the first thing that you do is to find a support group. There's so many on Facebook. Facebook is great for that. If you just type in food allergy, there's at least, half a dozen. I actually have a food allergy support group that you can join. It's called Food Allergy Friends, and we all share recipes and tips and tricks for living with food allergies. And I love just being a part of them and talking with other people that are going through what I went through when I was first diagnosed with my food allergies, because it's definitely not easy. It's not easy at all to go through that. So the second thing that I suggest that you do is to focus on the positive, because what I did when I first started out was I, you know, I was adamant about taking it out of my diet. My allergist actually, she gave me a sheet that had all of the different names that dairy or eggs could be under in different foods, and just pretty much said, here's the list. Take it out of your diet and go on Claritin for the rest of your life. And I was like, that's not okay with me. I'm not okay with that. And it took me a long time to figure out exactly what I could eat. And it definitely brought a lot of anxiety and a little bit of depression around. And it was a hard time, especially because I was in college when I found out. And excuse me. And so, figuring out what to eat was definitely really hard. And the more I focused on what I couldn't eat, like cheeseburgers and milkshakes and cheese on my pizza, the more I wanted them. And I ended up just eating them anyways and then suffering the consequences later. And I would get sick and I feel horrible. And then I, continue to eat it because I felt like I wanted it and I had to live with it. But I didn't realize at the time that I was just making myself sick over and over and over again. And it wasn't until finally a coworker of mine noticed that I was using sick leave as soon as I got it. I was, using vacation as soon as I got it because I was always sick because I didn't take it completely out of my diet. And he made the suggestion, why don't you just completely take it out of your diet for a week? So I said, no, I'm going to do it for a whole month. So I did it in March 2011, and I felt so much better immediately. And I haven't gone back since then. So, but the thing that I learned during that month was that if you focus on all the things you can't eat, that's all you will focus on, and you will continue to want to eat them. You'll make yourself sick, and then you're going to feel depression and anxiety, and you're just not going to feel good at all. You're not going to have the energy to do the stuff that you want. But the trick that I learned was to focus on the positive, to focus on all the things you can eat. And because, with dairy and eggs, okay, I can't have ice cream, I can't have cheese, I can't have milk. All right, but what can I have? I can have almond milk, I can have soy milk, I can have almond milk based ice cream, I can have, any other kind of alternative milk based ice cream. And, with eggs, okay, I can't have a fried egg. That's fine. It wasn't that big of a deal for me. But I had to slowly figure out ways that I could still make banana bread and pancakes and French toast without eggs. And eventually I did. And there's tons of resources out there for you to help find alternatives to whatever you need to take out of your diet. But another thing that I focused on too, with focusing on the positive and what I could eat, was that I looked at all the fruits and vegetables that I could still eat, because there's thousands out there. Literally, there's tons that I probably don't even know about. And the more I focused on what I could eat and started to base my meals on certain fruits and vegetables, then the more I realized, oh my gosh, there's so much out there that I can eat. And I started to get more creative in the kitchen and started to create my own recipes, and I loved it. It was so much more fun than focusing, okay, I gotta figure out how to substitute this, how to substitute that. And I started to eat a more whole foods based diet. And suddenly I had way more energy. I felt way better. I actually saved up enough vacation to go on vacation instead of using it for sick time. I could actually save up my sick leave. And it felt so much better to just, focus on the whole foods instead of focusing on the old foods, the comfort foods that I couldn't eat anymore. And while I still love pancakes, I still love French toast, there's still some things that I love to eat that, my favorite meal is chicken paprika with kaneliki, which is a Czech dish. And it's usually made with a lot of sour cream. The kaneliki are made with eggs and milk. And I've found ways to replace them and to be able to still eat it, but without the dairy and eggs. But the rest of the dishes, like, I don't really drink milkshakes anymore, just because, like, I don't miss them. Once I found about smoothies, I'm like, smoothies are way better. So basically, my whole point is you need to focus on the foods you can eat, and then if you have a few comfort foods that you really, really love, find ways to substitute them and find ways to make them without your allergen. And I actually have an exercise that you can sign up for at my website that has this food list that you'll go through that'll show you all the foods that you can eat. And it's a great exercise to try. And it actually really helped me. And I go through it on a regular basis and think, ooh, I need to make something with that, that vegetable or that fruit. And it's really, really good exercise. And you should give it a try if you're really struggling with focusing on the negative, and learn to focus on the positive, because it really does help. So then the third thing that I wish I would have done, and I kind of understand why it would be hard for a lot of people, because believe it or not, I used to be really shy. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was really, really shy. I didn't want to speak up for myself. And I learned eventually that I need to learn to just speak up for myself and not care what other people think about me being a boss, me being bossy about my food allergies. I got sick too many times from people making mistakes and me just eating it anyways. So that's the third thing, that is just being more insistent about your food allergies, especially when eating in a restaurant. Because I used to go to a restaurant and I'd say, okay, no cheese, please. And, it'd still come with cheese, and I just kind of shove it off anyways, and then I end up sick. And excuse me, I may have to sneeze. But now I'm to the point where if I get a food that I don't even like the other day, I went out to eat with my boyfriend, and we went to this restaurant. We've eaten that a lot, but I decided to get a new dish. And it was supposed to just be pasta with an herb and olive oil sauce on top with some shrimp and broccoli. And the shrimp and broccoli were delicious. But the problem was the pasta had way too many pepper flakes on it. I couldn't eat it. It was so spicy. I couldn't eat it. And so I sent it back. And I have no problems sending food back now. But I used to. And And so then when I asked for a plate of pasta with some, just some regular olive oil on it, nothing else. It came with a huge pile of raw garlic on top. And, that's not okay for me. So I sent that back too. And then the next thing that I did next day is I contacted the manager. I left a comment through their website and I let them know that, hey, you guys are great with my allergies. I have no problem with that. But just to let you know, it was the first pasta dish I got was way too spicy. The second pasta dish I got had way too much raw garlic. So you kind of need to talk to your kitchen staff about that. And I've had no problems doing that in the past. And so that's the third thing that I really want to impress on is you need to be very insistent about your food allergies. When going out to eat, when with your family, wherever you go, you really need to just put away being shy, put away being hesitant, just do it because it's your health. And that's the most important thing to me that you can ever have. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything else. You don't have the energy to go do the things you love. So pretty much, be very, very, very insistent on your food allergies when ordering in a restaurant. If the dish doesn't come exactly how you order, send it back. Talk to the chef. If it really does not go well, talk to the manager. And if you start to get emotional about it, like sometimes I do still, instead of talking to the manager right then and there, maybe call them the next day when you've had some time to cool down. But you just need to kind of help inform people about your food allergies and how they can help you. So just to recap, the third thing you can do is be more insistent when out with your food allergies. So the fourth thing that I really wish I would have done was to find someone to help guide me through this process. I did it all by myself, and it was so lonely and stressful, and it was hard, just to say the least. It was really, really hard, and I wish I would have had somebody to help walk me through, okay, you need to look out for this, you need to look out for this, how to deal with family members that still 8 years later, 7, 8 years later, still don't remember that I have food allergies, how to deal with those tough situations. I wish I would have had somebody to help me. So my suggestion is to either get a food allergy coach or to find a dietitian to help you, because those are the two people that are going to definitely be able to help you through, because especially food allergy coach, because almost all of them have either had kids that had food allergies or they themselves had food allergies. And so they know exactly what you're going through. And that's exactly why I became a food allergy coach, is because I wanted to help guide people through the same stuff that I went through. And it would have been a lot easier to spend 8 weeks or 12 weeks working with somebody to learn all this stuff that it took me 7 years to learn. If I would have learned that eggs could be in salad dressings at some restaurants, I would have avoided getting sick a lot of times. I mean, just that little bit of knowledge would have helped me so many, at least 5 different times I can think of right now. It's insane. So I really, really suggest that you get a food allergy coach. And there's tons of them out there. And some specialize in gluten-free. Like, I'm really good with dairy and egg-free because that's what I live, but I work with anyone with a food allergy. I know there's other people that do tree nuts, fish, shellfish, wheat, any food allergy out there. And there's so many of them. So you just need to find one that you really kind of jive with and their message makes sense to you. So I'd like to now offer anyone that's watching this a free food allergy consultation. And what I'll do is I can tell you a little bit more about what I do, but I also have some suggestions that will immediately make your life easier. And then I'll also give you some personalized recipes for your food allergy, no matter how many allergies you add, even if you have over a dozen. I'm also a cookbook author, and so I love to create new recipes, and I'm actually pretty good at it. And so I can help you create recipes for dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever you need, to help you to find recipes that are just simple for you, okay, I can make that. I don't have to worry about doing substitutions or leaving it out, and it'll turn out really good the first time. So if you want to sign up for your free food allergy consultation, just go to my website, allergyfreelifestylecoach.com, and I'll just, I'll talk with you for about half an hour and just help give you some more tips on how to, live a healthy, happy, allergy-free life. And I also have a food allergy program. It's called Get That Spark Back Food Allergy Program, where I'll take 8 weeks with you, where we'll do a group program once a week, and I'll go over certain topics like how to eat out at restaurants, how to get your friends and family to support you and to be protective of you, how to, how to cook for yourself, how to menu plan, all these different topics that they're going to change your life, trust me, for the better, of course. And so, so the program, we'll have the group coaching for the first couple weeks, and for the first part of the week, and then I'll also have a private consultation with you every week to go over the more nitty-gritty details on your food allergies and more personalized for you. So I have that food allergy coaching program. It's also on my website. You can check it out more if you like. And I'm also here if you want to just chat with me about anything. If you're really struggling with something, I'm here to listen. I'm here to help. I've experienced a lot of stuff with food allergies, so I know a lot. And if I don't, I can help point you in the right direction. So I thank you for joining me. I should probably recap what I said. So the 4 things that I wish I had done when I first had food allergies was, first, find a support group, because that'll help you immensely to find other people that are going through the same thing you are. The second is to focus on the positive, to focus on the things you can eat, not the things you can't eat. Because if you focus on what you can't eat, you'll go into this downward spiral that can create anxiety and depression, and it's just not a happy place. So focus on what you can eat, and I highly suggest a whole foods diet where you focus on fruits and vegetables and then go from there. And then the third thing was to be more insistent when dealing with your food allergies. When you're at a restaurant and if your order doesn't come exactly how you ordered, send it back. Talk to the managers. If your family, talk to your family about it. Be really insistent that you need to have something that you can eat, obviously. Just to really put aside your shyness, put aside your hesitation, and just be really, really insistent, because it's your health that you're dealing with. And if you don't have your health, you don't have anything else. And then the fourth thing was to get a food allergy coach to help teach you all the things you need to learn as quick as possible so that your life can get better right now and you don't have to struggle for 7 years like I did. It took me 7 years to get to this point where I feel like I rarely struggle with my food allergies now. And instead, if you get a food allergy coach, you can stop struggling within 8 weeks, 12 weeks, a couple of months. So you want 7 years or a couple months? I say the couple months sounds better. So I thank you for joining me. And if you want more information, just go to my website, allergyfreelifestylecoach.com, or you can also go to my Facebook page, and I'll post lots of recipes that are allergy friendly, and I post lots of tips too on how to eat out. And keep your eye open for more webinars coming, because I got lots of them in my head. So thank you for listening, and I'll chat with you guys later. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.